Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Chris Edwards, and I've got two other beautiful and talented co-hosts with me, Gwendolyn R. Houston Jack, and the Dr. Tachi is in the building. Ladies, welcome to Touch Base Daily and Trendwatch Thursday. How y'all doing today?
Good. We're good.
Fantabulous, sir. Fantabulous.
Awesome. Thank you, accomplished women, for joining me today on this auspicious Thursday. I know I can always count on these ladies right here to step in and to take the lead. So, welcome everyone to another Touch Base Daily. As I said, you guys know who we are. We're here all the time. And before we get started, let's see who's in the room and give our medals out for today. And of course, with the gold medal, as always, Hannah is in the building. And she says, "Good morning, Chris and Touch Base Daily family. Welcome, Hannah." And let's see, who do we have next? Well, I mean, she's here already, but Gwendolyn, I think you still get it. You still get it. Next is Chris R. Good morning. And then, of course, bringing in the bronze, we've got Brian Young, the creative. Welcome, fam. How you doing? So we're here for Trend Watch Thursday. Today is the day that we set aside to kind of see what's in the news, what's popping. We've got a lot of stories in the rundown today, but I don't know if we're going to get to all of them. But I figure more is better, and we'll tackle them. But how are you ladies doing? What's going on in your world?
Well, I will say I am still cleaning. I'm still purging like I have been.
Okay.
And I had a wonderful chat with the ladies. I am now part of the sisterhood where we get together, do a little drinking, do a little talking, and just vibe out as Black women. So there.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Found
It was
community.
beautiful, Dr. Tachi. You would love it. Ah,
Okay.
Yeah, the interesting thing is I'm part of a group like that too, the 92 percenters. And so very soon after the failed election of 2024, everybody jumped on Threads, right? Because we were all boycotting Twitter. So I jumped on Threads and somebody said, "Hey, is there anybody in South Florida?" A bunch of us were in South Florida. And ever since then, we've been getting together every month for brunch. We usually do a brunch, but we will do events and things like that as well. So it's really been nice to, find some people that have sense. So thank you. Thank you for
Oh,
asking.
that's awesome.
yeah.
I need to find some community here locally. It's
Yeah.
funny, like all my friends and the people that I really associate with, they're all over the place. So it's kind of hard. But I love that idea. I think I'm gonna have to make that happen. But
You
let's
make
see
it
who else is let's see who else is in the building. Oh wait, let me do the Ron. Let me take my sip of tea before I speak on Bryson.
Hey.
Okay. Bryson says, "What's up, Chris? What's up, Gwendolyn? What's up, Tachi? What's up, everybody? Happy Law and Order Thursday." Yes, it
Hey.
is. Who else do we have? And Hannah says, "Good morning, Gwendolyn and Dr. Tachi."
Good morning.
Uh, Bryson says, "Pop culture as well." Yes.
Mhm.
Lisa is in the building. She says, "Good morning, everyone."
Hey, Lisa.
Hannah says, "At Chris R, at Brian Young Creative." She's saying hello to you guys. Let's see what else. Have everybody watched Victoria? Oh, did everyone watch Victoria's Secret's fashion show last night? You know
I
what?
did.
All right. So I didn't put this in the rundown, but I do want to talk about this. I
Okay.
have to say, I've always loved watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and I'm going to tell you, it's not for the reason you think. Um, I love the cinematography. I
Sure.
love the models, but I love the scale of everything. I've always been a fan of that. And I had to say, in past years, we know that Victoria's Secret actually had scrapped the show. They hadn't done it for quite a few years, and then they
Right.
brought it back. And
Yes.
part of the reason why they used to get a lot of criticism was because it was not diverse. And then you had Rihanna putting on her show, and it was very diverse. And then I think what happened was people were starting to see the diversity in fashion. And I kudos to Victoria's Secret this year. They had an extremely diverse set of models, and even in the presentation of who they hired as performers. Missy Elliott performed. She closed out the show. Amazing performance.
Incredible.
Who else? I don't know the Latin star who performed.
No, but I know that there was the ones that sing a certain song from K-pop Demon Hunters, which if you haven't
Hmm.
seen it, watch it.
They're making their run.
Watch it. It's really good.
They were there too.
They were
Yes.
there as well. They were the first act, I believe.
Yeah. And I mean, what I loved about it was, all right, so I mean, if you didn't see the show, to open up the show, they had a pregnant model open up the
Yes.
show. I mean,
Yes.
the diversity was just immense. And I have to say, I think this is the first time I've seen so much ethnic diversity. They had Asians, they had a lot of Black and African American models, and women of all sizes. I mean, when they turned around, you saw a lot of ass jiggling on that stage. Okay, you didn't see the
It
little
is
typical.
lingerie, Chris.
Yeah, no, but listen, in past, all the models, these little skinny railed women had no ass at all. There was nothing
Okay.
moving. But
Yeah.
this time, I mean, everything was there. So, I mean, there was something there for everyone, visually, lyrically. It was just such a good show. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if it was on Broadcast Network or not, but I know it streamed on YouTube. And of course, for those that know, YouTube had a massive outage last night. It's around the time that this actually went live. No one could get on YouTube. You could get on, but you could not stream anything. You kept getting errors and kept
Really?
booting you out. Yeah, it was a massive, and it wasn't just to the United States. It was around the world because there were other
Right.
countries that were affected as well. It was, but here's the funny thing, because I was down on, I looked it up online, the YouTube paid service for whatever reason was okay for the
You
most
know it
part.
was.
Yeah,
You know it
but
was.
the free version of YouTube on the apps on the phone, on the web, and on the TVs did not work. So I watched it after it aired.
So here's the thing. I watched during. Are we talking about this now, or are we
Yeah,
going to
well, I
wait?
might as well just go ahead. This is
Yeah.
Trendwatch Thursday.
Well,
Get
here
into
I
it.
go because I wasn't asking permission. So yes, the show was. Let me start with the show. So Victoria's Secret is not generally my thing. I might go and get the little 5 for 25 underpants if that's even the thing anymore. Uh, but I'm not going to Victoria's Secret just because it's not my style necessarily. You know, the pink or any of that. But like you, I appreciate the theatrics of all of that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the time that goes into the entire show, into the thoughtfulness in selecting the models. Now, let me talk to your point of the models. You know, and I hate to be this one, but no, I don't. Would they have been as particular in terms of diversifying the model base if Savage by Fenty was not as big as it was?
That's my question. So I'll go
That's
after
a
you
great question,
because
and I
Okay,
don't think I
please
don't
I
think
don't
they
want to be that one either,
I
Dr.
don't I don't think they would have been.
They
Yeah,
would
Let's be
not
real.
have. This is
I
a
do.
business decision. They
It's
see the
competition.
numbers
Yep.
that Savage by Fenty makes. They know Rihanna is beloved, and she made a huge point, both with Savage by Fenty and her makeup line, to make sure she is inclusive. I believe she has 51 shades of foundation in her collection. So she has always been about diversity. And
Yes.
I hate the term inclusion because we deserve to be there. But in terms
Yeah.
of having a diverse model base and having diverse faces represent her band or brand, the only thing Victoria's Secret saw was that she's making money and we're not. We need to change. But if this is not a heartfelt, we really want, they don't care. Brands often don't care unless they have
No,
the
they
moral
don't.
compass. So yeah, I'm not going to give them too much kudos for that because it's too late. You had a problem before, which is why
They
you
had a
had to switch
huge
out things.
Yeah, they had a huge problem, and
That
I
was
think you're absolutely right though. Go
that
ahead,
was
Glenn.
my question about
Literally.
that because Rihanna's coming from a true, genuine place when she put on her shows. The way she
Yeah.
designed her fashion, the way she designed her cosmetics line, all of that is real and true. Then
Yes.
somebody comes up and says, "Wow, look at all these dollars. What? Asian people will actually pay for stuff. Black folks will actually do stuff. Pregnant women don't want to wear muumuus. Say what?
Yeah.
And they still are getting it on while they're pregnant. I had no idea. Yeah, that's been there. It's been there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch the show, but like you, Dr. Tachi, you do not get any kudo points for doing something that you could and should have done so many years ago. I'm not buying
Yeah.
that brand. Next.
No. May I also just say something about the YouTube thing? Listen, you
Mhm.
guys know that I am a media stan, and I'm always looking at the next generation and next wave of independent media.
Mhm.
Even if it was, and I have no clue like you, Chris, whether or not it was broadcast live, and frankly don't care. All I know is when I was watching, there were a million other people watching at the same time. This is not counting the numbers after the fact, because as you said, there was an outage. In fact, as I was watching it live, I had to keep trying to refresh, and finally it came on, and I just kind of scrolled back, or scrubbed back
Yeah.
rather, and watched it that way. But this shows that listen, broadcast television, not that your days are numbered,
It's
but
dead.
the people that you're going to reach are numbered if you don't embrace this. Victoria's Secret saw this, and it's like, we are our own broadcast distribution system. We have a YouTube channel. We don't have to go to you and spend XYZ. So
Yeah.
if we're gathering sponsorship and sponsors, we can keep all that money and not have to have the overhead of either splitting it with you or
Yeah.
doing it to pay for the airtime.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing about that is, I've really realized how much I stream on YouTube. And instead of like broadcast, like I don't do broadcast network as far as like live, like ABC, NBC, none of that. I don't do any of that. And if I do watch those networks, it's on the streaming app at my convenience when I feel like it.
Mhm.
But like last night, it really made me realize how much YouTube I watch a day. Like, to be honest with you, like even typically when we're doing this show here, I have YouTube playing in the background, either like Don Lemon's still going on, or I'm watching this show on TV right next to me, just so I can see what's going on. Um, but network days are numbered. I mean, speaking of network, this wasn't in the rundown either, but this was something that was came over the wire last night. NBC laid off, was it 150 people? Basically,
Yes.
their diversity department is gone.
Yes. Yes.
All of them
Yes.
gone.
NBC Black,
Yeah,
anything that has to do with culture or
Asian,
ethnicity
Hispanic,
is
yeah,
gone. Asian,
all of it,
Hispanic, all of
all of
that.
it
Now it's going to be
in one fell
interesting
swoop.
to see. I'm wondering with the, so NBC is affiliated with Telemundo, so
Yeah,
I'm wondering whether or not they're counting, oh, we still have Telemundo, and counting
for
that
how
as
long?
their,
Yeah.
right,
For
for
how
how long,
long?
Yeah.
we'll see.
Remember, they've got I believe they have a merger pending as well, and
Yes.
they're spinning off MSNBC. It's gonna be its own separate
Yes, to
entity
their own
moving
thing.
forward.
Yep.
Mhm.
So Telemundo's days are numbered.
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
right, so let's get back into the comments and see who else is in the room before we get into our topics for today. That was actually a really good intro to the topics, though, by the way. So Omar is in the room. He says, "Good morning, beautiful people." Let's see who else. Uh, Aya says, "Happy Thursday, Chris, Gwen, and Dr. Tachi." Uh, Brian says, "Victoria's Secret fashion show. That's still a thing." It is. It's back. It's back. And then Chris R says, WNBA Angel Reese killed it. Yeah, she actually
she
closed out
did.
the first segment, I believe, the pink segment, I believe it was, and she looked
Mhm.
amazing. Um, I get what you're saying, Dr. Tachi, but I do appreciate the fact that they even tried to do this. Um, so
Okay,
I'll just say that. I'll just say that.
you're very
Uh,
Christian. Good.
yeah. Okay. And Bryson says, yeah, it's still a thing. Um, Kimmy, I got it right. She says hello. She says hello. Um, Charlene says, great question. Let's see. Brian says, Hannah, hey sis, sorry for the delay. Elise is in the building. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. She also says, facts, Dr. Tachi. Let's see. Bryson says, Angel Reese is taking over. Yes, she is. She's all over the place.
Hmm.
YouTube was down yesterday. Yes, it was. We talked about that. Let's see what else. Any other big comments? Was it 1.4? Is it? Oh, 1,000. 1.4 thousand people been laid off. Okay. Let's see. Omar says, well, Telemundo could probably merge with Univision. That's a possibility. Absolutely.
That's a real possibility.
And I think that's really it right now. Let's see what Kim say. Oh no, I done made it a thing.
Made it a thing.
I'm okay either way. Listen, we always want to call people by their proper names. Like
Yes.
however you identify your name, we should call you by that because it's very
Exactly.
intentional.
Yes.
I try to
Exactly.
listen. I'm horrible with names, but when it comes to someone telling me what their name is, I try to make sure that I can give that back to them.
Listen, can I say something to that?
Yeah.
My father, when he first moved to this country, he went to Iowa. And I think I've told this before. He went in the middle of the winter, did not know it was cold here in the US, and went with a suit jacket, and that's all he had. So
Mm.
he went and he said that he was going to classes, and there was one professor, his name was Ihedibo.
Hmm.
So
Eddie, say that again.
Ihedibo.
Eddie
Ihedibo.
Debo. Okay.
Right. So although we found out later his first name was Israel, but he, chopped off the colonizer part of it, and then he just kept Ihedibo. And so he had that, and the professor was like, "How about I just call you Bob?" He said, "No, because that's not my name." He said it exactly like that. So when it comes to names, whatever it is you choose to be called, that's what we're going to call you because it's disrespectful to do otherwise.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I'm
So
just G.
yes.
Okay.
G
It's
or
just the letter G.
Gwendolyn. Yeah,
Just
or
G.
Gwendolyn.
not Gwen. Let's get
Mm,
it. Let's make sure we
mm,
get that correct. It is not Gwen. It is
no.
Gwendolyn or just G.
Yes.
G is just easier. It's just easier.
It is. It is.
And
All
it's
right. So
pretty fly. Pretty fly.
before we move any further, for those that are just joining us, do not adjust your television screens. It is three of us here today, and our fearless leader Ron Lewis Foster is not here because he is in the process of the big move. Saturday is the actual day, but he's just wrapping up all of the final details this week, and I don't know if he'll be back next week. I'm not sure. We'll find out a little bit later, but he is wrapping everything up, making the big transition. We've been here with him throughout this whole process, and we just send good vibes and prayers to him for a simple, successful, and smooth transition as he sells his home of 30 years, well, 29 plus years, and transitions to Adrian. And if Adrian's in the room, hello to you, Adrian.
Hey.
Um, yeah. So let's get into some of these stories. I put down in our rundown some things I wanted to talk about. And I think I want to start with the Politico article that was released, I believe, on Tuesday or Wednesday. Let
Yes.
me put it up on the screen. Um, this is a private chat that Politico got their hands on of young Republicans, and they were speaking the quiet parts out loud and not realizing that this would become public one day. And actually, one of them actually said, should we not use this form of communication because it could become public? And they decided to just go ahead and do it anyway. So, you know, Politico reported of all the different things that, they were saying. There's Hitler talk. There's talk about raping and, and them just being okay with it. Now, here's the thing. These are all young Republicans. And when I say young Republicans, anywhere from like early 20s all the way to people in their mid to late 30s. These are people that are in established Republican rooms. You've got people that are actually working in the White House, in the Trump administration, that are in this chat and saying some of these comments. Let me just read a few of these. Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Like I said, they talk about condoning rape, hangings, Nazis, and gas chambers. These are all deplorable, disgusting, but nothing uncommon and nothing that we haven't heard and don't expect from these people. These are all the private things that people have said quietly in the background for many years, and now they are emboldened by MAGA and Trump world and the Republican Party. Um, you know, JD Vance was asked about this, and what did he do? He deflected and said something about, oh, another Democrat and hate speech. Like, no, sir, let's address what's going on in your party and in your room. I want to open it up to you guys. What do you guys think about this? And I mean, what do you make of it all?
My thought, I'll start with JD Vance first. The fact, the very intentional fact of calling these grown ass adults kids, which is what we
That
see
part.
oftentimes when white folks commit heinous, and I said heinous, crimes and have activities that no one else would even allow. Yeah, they purposely use kids to downplay just how awful it is, right? Which simply tells me there is no condemnation. Fact is, somebody got caught, somebody put it out there. But we know that they've been doing this for like the longest time. I'm not shocked. Personally, I saw the clip about it. I didn't really give it that much energy. I'm not going to give it that much energy because that's nothing new. If you're not going to call it out and shame them and make them pay for what they're doing, I'm not understanding like what's the point? Like we know they're racist. Like I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That's not at all.
Dr. Fauci?
Business as usual. Next topic.
I mean, there are no lies told there. This is, I mean, the fact that they can just sit there and not even respond to this, there's no action being taken. No one has been fired yet from any of their jobs. I mean, this is just something that's out there and everyone knows about, and no one's doing anything about it because you know what? They're white and it's okay, right?
You know, the thing is that at this point, these lizards have to double down on what they're doing, because the moment it all stops and gets caught, it falls apart. We're already falling apart, but they're talking about all these things in terms of, and not just this, but in general with the situation, lawsuits
Yeah,
that will be filed, uh,
yeah.
jobs that will be this country is going to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This very thing, all of this together, this is just a piece of it. It's going to go bankrupt. It's going to suffer for years to come. I'm waiting for FIFA to say we're not doing the World Cup
I
here. Why are
Right.
they
Oh my
still doing
gosh, yes.
Yes. Like that's the
I
point.
I don't understand why they haven't done it yet. I
I
really don't. Like,
here's where I go with it. I know money says a lot of things. At this point, people know who these people are. It's like you said, no one's been fired, no one's being shamed. There are no repercussions for this kind of behavior. We're
yeah,
we're clearly disgusted by it,
Mhm.
yeah.
right? Like for us to
Well,
say, I can't believe this is happening. But look how quiet the people who really should be
crickets,
concerned, should be upset and offended by it are. It's like
crickets.
it's like, yeah, I know that I'm upset. Yeah. But where are all these other people who should
Yeah,
be like, I can't believe this is happening? Yeah, I'm waiting for that because this stuff we see it all the time. So it's like, okay, so what's new?
See,
yeah.
these are the same people that got a 2 on their SATs. Or no, you get credit for your name, don't you? Like,
Name. Yep,
yeah.
and that was it.
So and that was it. And so they're going to blame everybody else for their lack of success. The path, especially now, is set up for you to succeed. So I don't get what the problem is. These are the same people that consistently complain about other people taking their opportunities. Well, there were
Yes.
never any opportunities that were promised to you, but your mindset says that I am afforded and I am entitled to these things. So I don't really pay them any mind. Yes, it is on top of all of this. Yeah, it could be a dangerous situation. The rhetoric turns into actions, but
Mhm.
these are the same. Was it the young? Is it the young Republicans? The young Republicans.
Yeah,
They have been a thing since college has been in existence.
Yes.
They've always believed these atrocious things. They just may not have said it outwardly, and there was no
absolutely.
chat
Yes.
for them to put it in for us to catch. But they've always believed these types of things. So that
Absolutely.
I'll never forget. I had a student who was we were doing something at the university, and we had a table, and she came up to me. This is an African, no, she was a Haitian student, a Haitian American, and came up to me, and she had a folder of the young Republicans. There were 3 of us, and we did just like that. We were like, why are you a member of this? She said, well, such and such. I said, okay, well, and we talked about the whole aspect of it. She said, well, I'm financially stable. I said, no, your parents are financially stable. You'll feel it once you get outside. So she ended up switching to the right side. But what happens is sometimes people get caught up in these movements and they don't realize the gravity of everything they're involved in. So my former student is a case in point of that.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
listen, I think this discussion leads us into our next topic, and it deals with another political story. This is something that was captured on a live stream. The Capitol Police were actually called to a GOP leader's office on Capitol Hill. They found this American flag that was doctored to be in the form of a swastika also. This was in a congressperson's office in one of their staffers. I mean,
You
I
want
don't
me to
even
go
get this.
first? You want me to go
Go
first?
go right ahead.
Go
All
ahead.
right, so here's what I was thinking this morning, and I said it before. There is not a place where it can be, well, it's both sides, and sometimes look, you need to pick a fucking team. You either are going to fight for this idea of America where everybody has equal rights and could live whatever life they live, God, even if you believe in hate speech, that's your right to have that hate speech, or
Hmm.
you're not going to believe in it. This is where we are. So all those people who didn't want to hire the black lady who told you all was going to go down and were clutching their pearls and talk about all their Christian values, this is your time to say, yeah, that's not right. This is it, because I don't know what else you need to see to recognize that this right here is happening. We're on fire. I think we're like, what, maybe stage two? Maybe stage two, right? Perhaps.
No, we're way past stage
Beyond.
two.
I don't know. No, no, no,
This
no,
is
no.
a this is a three alarm.
This
This is
can
a
get
three
worse.
alarm
This
fire.
can get
Oh no,
far
no,
worse. You have
it
not
can get worse,
seen
but we are at a
that.
three alarm fire. When you have people openly saying that they believe they love Hitler and they love Nazis, you are at a category three. Okay,
No. Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, they're saying it, right? They're saying it, and we are seeing them kidnap people off the street in
they're
Chicago
lynching
right now.
people. They
You
are
got like
lynching
50 states
people.
out here, right? It's going to get far worse. People are putting a little bit of fit here and a little bit of something over there. It hasn't gotten really bad yet, not yet, because if that was the case, then you wouldn't have people during the shutdown still going to work. I'm like, look, if you're not paying me, we not working. If I'm so essential, then you pay me. But if you can have that kind of stuff in the office, people walk by it every day and say nothing,
Exactly.
man. Oh, yeah, okay, okay, sure.
It's crazy to me. I mean, this is in a open office environment in a cubicle. Everyone knows when you work in an office like that, and everyone can go walk past people's cubicles. This is visible. People are seeing this and are okay with it in America in 2025. And not just in some regular office park somewhere out in the Midwest. This is in DC in a congressperson's office. Of course, the congressman came out and said he categorically um, is against all this. I'm like, but sir, this is your office. You don't know what's going on in your fucking office.
And if that's the case, then perhaps you need not be in office since you
Thank
can't
you.
handle that. You all have already proven you can't handle the business of the country, right? And here's why, because you can't even handle the business within your small office. So, I mean, again, what did I say earlier? Business as usual. Next story. This does not surprise me. It's just that it was quieter before, still there. And I don't want people to think that this is something that, I hate when people say, this is not the country that I knew. It is. Maybe not for you, but for the rest of us,
Yes.
it was. It has always been this way. There was just one tiny thread. It's like that cheap sweater from the thrift store that has threads hanging. The moment you pull it, the whole damn thing unravels. Okay?
Absolutely,
It's always been that.
absolutely, absolutely. So let's go to the comments and see what people are saying. Bryson says angry black woman went ham sandwich on ICE after family member detained by ICE in New York City. Bryson, thank you so much because you lead us into our next topic. Let me pull that up real quick. We are ready today. We ready today. We ready. All right, here
Yes.
we go. Here we go.
There's no
There's
sound,
no
Chris.
sound.
Is your sound sharing?
Oh wait. hold on. Sorry about that. Let's go back. It should be. Um,
And we're going to apologize for the
you
language
can't.
ahead of time.
Can you hear it or no?
No,
No.
Oh my
no.
gosh. All right, hold on. Let me do a little troubleshooting right here. In the meantime, you ladies talk about this topic while I can see if I can fix
Well,
this.
let me start because sister was I felt all of that. As I was saying, here's my deal. When you have guys, you have men. Okay, that's being really gracious, Gwendolyn. Let's not do that. When you have these dudes who should be men posing and you want to step up to a chick, because like I said, you may be tall and you have this idea that I could step up on somebody because I'm tall and look down, you can still get knocked the fuck out. Trust,
Yeah.
right? Like that's still there. But then when you like the little yappy dog, like a little, like a little chihuahua, and you are hiding behind your mask and she's walking away and you want to follow her and threaten to arrest her because you in your feelings, don't do that. If you got something to say, there is space and opportunity. When she gave him plenty of opportunity, right? To do it. So is it working now?
I think so. Let's try. So as Dr. Tachi said, be forewarned. There's some very strong language in this. So if you're not up for that, just put it on mute for a little bit. But here we go.
Wish the fuck you would. Yes,
Can you hear it?
we his family. Y'all a bunch of big pussies. Don't tell me calm down. Who the fuck is you? We don't like none of you.
You okay?
No, how can I be okay? You okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I look like I'm okay? Don't come up in my face here because I hit hard. Fuck wrong with y'all?
Try it.
I wish you would.
Try it.
You try me and see what the fuck happened. Nigga, we angry. All of us angry out here. So don't think it's y'all alone.
Get out of here.
You, who you telling get out of here? Why you telling me get out of here? You asked me a question and I'm answering you.
Get out of here. Man.
Fuck wrong with you? Oh, stupid ass bitch. That's why you gotta hide your face.
You wanna go to jail?
You told me my mother can tell you anything.
You wanna go to
Fuck
jail?
wrong with you? You wanna hit me? Hit me, bitch. You ain't got me. Nobody's scared of you. You're a pussy ass. Come. I got rings on, bitch. So me and you gonna fight, you pussy bitch. You a pussy bitch. That's why your kids them don't like you and your wife is fucking on you. That's why you gotta hide your face. My face ain't hidden, bitch. I'm American, you stupid bitch. Fuck wrong with y'all. You can take me too high. I'm sure the Zodiac price. You know what to do? Tell them, no. You want me? Fuck wrong with y'all. Fuck all of you. Put that on the news. Let Trump see it. I'm so fucking ready, bitch.
That part. Let Trump see it. Thoughts?
Go ahead.
Oh, there's an echo.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Do you hear that? I don't think he hears it.
I don't hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Let me turn this on. Maybe this will fix it. Let me remove this.
Okay. All right.
Is that better?
Yes, it's better.
Okay.
These are the things that are happening, and she's pretty much said everything that we are feeling. I am clear. If you're gonna step to me, then step it. But it's the sheer fact of you want to follow somebody and believe you are big bad Billy behind a mask and want to talk about arresting somebody because you in your feelings. Do it. If you so big and bad, then go ahead and do it. But yeah, people need to see it. This is it. Like, this is it. And this is why I said we have not seen the worst of it yet, but you got these folks out here cosplaying, waiting to find the day where they can go and do all the things because somebody didn't pick them for prom back in like high school. She said all I needed to say. There you go. Dr. Tachi?
100%. These hooligan riffraff are also, it's clear from this, they're untrained. You are supposed to de-escalate situations when it comes to this, and you are the ones instigating this.
Mm-hmm.
You all are sorry excuses for beings. You're not even humans. You're subhumans. How very dare you keep a mask on and propagate? Put your mask down and say it. This is the thing everybody has been saying. You're all big and bad and brave and bold when your mask is up with that fake $50,000 bonus that you were promised that has now been reneged like a game of spades.
Well,
Okay, you were big and bad then, but now you can't do it. Pull down your stupid gator and tell people that then. You
Yes.
can't because you are cowards by nature. These are the same people that could not make it in any other. Because here's the thing, if you're
yes,
working for them, what were you doing before? Nothing. You were useless and worthless before. So now this is giving you some sense of worth and you feel like you're doing something. But you were a loser before if you're working for them now because you had nothing doing, nothing going.
absolutely.
Get out of here.
I think it hit something. You said something very poignant right there. These people that are hired are not trained officers, officials. They have no training whatsoever. There's regular people off the street that wanted a signing bonus, and they thought that they were getting something out of it, and they had no training. They're hiding themselves. Like, but here's the irony. I remember, but what, 4 or 5 years ago when we were going through COVID, these are the same people that said that they did not want to wear masks, and it was their right not to wear a mask, and they didn't need it. And now they're the same ones hiding behind the mask. Like, make that make sense. It makes no sense.
But isn't that what the Klan does too?
Yes, hide behind a
Absolutely.
mask. If you were really so proud to be this white guy and all this stuff, show your face. Like, why go around in costumes? Even
They would
today,
never.
it's like they show up in black neighborhoods to agitate, to do stupid stuff. But when it comes to mask, if you so proud about it, like, be proud about it. Versus, I want to hide my face at night, do some stupid stuff, and then still be your doctor the very next morning. Go ahead and put it out there. I am clear. If you have hate in your heart, wear that bitch proudly. I could care less, but show up as your full self. Do that.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you know exactly why you're hiding your face.
Is there room in the Ozarks for them? Please. I will pay. I'm sure we will gladly pay for you to set up shop, hateful shop in the Ozarks. Or at one point, Elon Musk was investigating Mars. There's plenty of room there for all of you. Please go because people of sense and people of God want to be left alone. They're
Yes.
not trying to deal with you. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Small people energy. Small
Okay.
people energy.
Let's see what people are saying in the chat. I mean, there's a ton of people in the room today, and I love the lively discussion. We've actually had some really lively discussions all week long. Some Elise was saying someone in the live stream was offended. Oh, I don't know if anyone was offended. We were just putting it out there in case you'll get offended.
Oh
by very
no. This is about that first one with the flag and the swastika.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Jazzy was like, "Child, what did I walk in on?" If you walked in on that, you were like, "Am I the right show?" Bryson said, "What's up, Jazzy?" Let's see if there's any other big comments. Yeah, and Bryson also said, "We tried to tell y'all. It's true." That part, Dr. Tashi, has always been this. It has always been that way. Janet is in the room. Welcome, Janet, and she says, "Greetings, Touch Base Daily people." Let's see. She said, "I punched her." Yeah, let me tell you something. I believe the woman was Caribbean. I'm almost positive she probably was Jamaican.
You know she was.
I love that.
You know she was.
Caribbean people don't take no bullshit. Like, let's not F around, all right? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100 as
You saw what happened when they went into the Haitian neighborhood in New York City?
Yes.
You're not learning, but you'll learn today.
Don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us. We've been through worse. What she say? Oh, Bryson says, "Turn your volume." Oh, is our volume not all the way up? Can you not hear us? Okay.
No, he was talking about the video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, let's scroll down. Let's see anything else. Brian says, "And what would be going to jail for? Her freedom or speech?" She has freedom of speech. It's funny. Freedom of speech does not is not qualified for people as a quote unquote on the left or Democrats. It's only for whites and people on the right and MAGA. But anyway, let's go to another topic. Let's see if we can share our screen again.
Okay.
I want to.
As you're doing that, can I say hi to Sir Benjamin, my fellow HU Bison? Hey, Sir Benjamin.
Let's share screen window. Do I do this every single time? This is a pain in the butt. Okay, let's share this. This is Don Lemon, and he is talking about how the Pentagon was requiring all news outlets to get pre-approved for what they report. So let's take a listen. Oh, sorry.
No,
that they will not sign
Let me,
the
let
Pentagon's
me,
new
let me refresh that. There we go.
broadcast news networks announced late yesterday that they will not sign the Pentagon's new press policy, joining more than a dozen other media organizations that have objected to a set of rules that many journalists consider absurd. Now you have Pete Hegseth over at the Pentagon basically saying that reporters have to sign something saying you can't report it unless we see it. And now they're fighting back. Finally, I believe too little too late, but at least they're doing something. What say you?
What he's trying to do, Pete Hegseth, is basically turn all the reporters, the anchors, the correspondents into North Korean style propagandists where they report from the Pentagon, but they are only allowed to parrot the government line. So whatever the Pentagon tells them, that is the only thing that they can report. They are going after people for doing actual reporting and getting tips. If you, for instance, were to solicit a tip on social media, that would be in violation of these new rules. These rules are so cumbersome that no news organization can actually sign it. No one really can sign it. I mean, even Fox News, Newsmax, the Daily Caller, conservative outlets are saying we cannot sign this. And so what Pete Hegseth is really doing is expelling the media from the Pentagon, getting rid of the media from the Pentagon. The only people who will be allowed to stay are people who are basically agreeing to be propagandists on behalf of Pete Hegseth.
All 5 of the major broadcast.
Yeah, so there's that. Thoughts?
Here are my thoughts, and I'm going to put it all together because, as I was saying earlier, I'm going through all of my old stuff, and I found an award from when I was like part of this math team, and we were great with math. And so when I do the math, there is more of us who don't believe in this BS than there is of them. Okay. So I don't know how far we have to go to say, you know what, we're not going to do what you want us to do because it don't make sense. I don't know what they're waiting on. I'm not sure what people are waiting on, either with media, this, that, and the other. If we just stopped doing it, just stopped, right? Like this may be a small tick, but I don't trust them to not go back and do something else tomorrow. Right? Like, I don't trust that. But across his entire land, if you don't have air traffic controllers, maybe the planes don't take off. And if you don't have TSA agents, just stop doing the stuff. Stop it. Just stop. Like, how hard can that be? But, we have this little thing of fear. Well, I can't do that and I can't do that. There's more of us than it is of them. So today, I know that he's kicked him out. You've got people who want to be part of that whole propaganda machine, and we'll see where that goes. But if we just stop participating, maybe we can see a little bit of movement. But like I said, that's today. Do I trust them to not do something tomorrow? I don't know, because they so wishy-washy. They're entirely too wishy-washy.
Yeah. Dr. Tachi?
Also fitting is business as usual. Next question. But so as a journalist myself, this definitely goes against journalistic codes of ethics. This is tantamount to giving all the questions to an interview to an interviewee, paying for interviews. All of that kind of goes against ethics because it can be shaped anyway. If you're giving them the questions, they can research ahead of time. If you're paying people, they can say what you want them to say. So this is the same type of thing. Well, let's look at it for approval, and then we're going to tell you what you can report on. That's not the way journalism works. And I mean, I'm not expecting them to know because the people there are not even qualified to be in their positions, let alone to know what journalistic ethics and standards are. But that's not the way journalism works or is supposed to work. And I'm really glad to hear people saying, no, we're not going to do that. Because here's the thing, after all this is said and done and is over, and I know it seems like this is going to be forever, but it won't be. When this is all said and done and over, all you have left is the reputation of your publication. That's all you have. We already don't really trust you because of the things that have been happening. So if you kowtow and cede to this, that means even less we're likely to trust you. And after this is over, you are not going to be our go-to for information, for entertainment anyway, and you might as well wrap it up. So this is also a business decision, not to kowtow.
Yeah. And the fact that Fox and Newsmax and all those other right-wing I'm not going to call them news, I'm just organizations are not signing up to this, that is very telling.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
this is, I mean, we 50 years old here, right? And I keep going back to, I'm not understanding why it is so hard to just simply do what's right. I really don't get it. I don't agree with everybody in my neighborhood because I do have some Trumpers on the corner. And years past, they would fly their flag. They haven't flown their flag in a long time. I have noticed that.
I wonder why.
They have right? They have every right to fly that flag. They do, right? It's like, this does not have to be that hard. There isn't a place where, you have integrity and character and you have that. If you're choosing that, it doesn't work out for you in the end. It just never does. I don't care how much money there is in the world. You can't take that shit with you when you leave here. So ask yourself, what are you doing? What are you leaving behind? Which is how people know you and how people see you. That is it. That's all you got is your word. If your word's not bond, then what? So I don't know why it's so hard, but
What has happened to social discourse? Like, we used to have a society where, we have 2 or 3 parties where we don't agree, but we can find common ground to move forward. Like, that is completely obliterated and just like gone away. This government has been shut down for over 14 days because they don't want to work with the other side, which is crazy to me.
Well, this is the thing. This just makes it comfortable to do so. To be honest, the other side never wanted to have reasonable discourse. Let's just be honest with that. It's easier if you don't have to explain anything, and it just is not to have discourse. Also, let's remember that critical thinking skills have eroded significantly in this country down through the years, and that's because of it being taken out of not only the public sphere, but spaces like education, K through 12, taken out of spaces like higher education where you're supposed to be free to do those things, but people are afraid. I've talked to so many professors now that are like curtailing and dialing back the way they talk about certain things for fear of reprimand and retribution. And this is college, which is supposed to be the open marketplace of ideas. And you're supposed to teach young people to be free and open thinkers. But that's not what an authoritarian government or a dictatorship wants. So I'm not surprised to see this. They don't want open discourse.
Well, I think that these comments are actually a good transition into talking about something that's going to be happening this weekend. As Bryson has mentioned, this Saturday is No Kings event rally all across the U.S. For those that want to participate, you can go to nokings.org, type in your zip code, and it'll tell you where the closest organized No Kings rally will be. Actually, there will be one here in Newark, Delaware, steps away from where I live, and I'm more than likely going to be a part of that on Saturday. And I believe it's from 2 to 4 p.m. So go to the nokings.org and type in your zip code and see where you can be a part of this. And you do have to register to officially be a part of it, and they'll give you more details once you register. There's one other story that I want to touch base on before we kind of wrap this show up, because I do want to get out here at 12 o'clock on time. Let me just pull this up real quick. And this is the duly elected representative from Arizona. She still has not been sworn in, and this was her, I believe, yesterday. So let me just play this.
Very clear. This speaker has sworn in 3 other members, now members in a special, and they're 24 hours after their election. And 2 Republicans, 1 Democrat, The only difference is I am not a Caucasian male, and also I am a woman of color from Arizona, and 700,000 people deserve to have their voice heard. Right. And I am so grateful for this caucus and the mujeres that have joined me here today, because let's just be really clear. If I were a Republican, I would have already been sworn in. Right. That's right. And that is not acceptable. They're afraid of me signing and being the 218 signers. 218. Yep. And I think that that's important. And let's just be very.
Yeah. So, I mean, if she was white and Republican, she'd have been sworn in before the ink was even dry. That night was over. But because she is a Democrat and she will get that 218th vote, Mike Johnson is doing everything in his power to duck and weave like he's in a boxing ring. It's ridiculous. This woman was duly elected. It's not that there isn't precedent that you have not sworn in someone before the certification has actually come through. You literally did within 24 hours for 3 other people. So why aren't you doing it? Like, they've gone and marched to his office. You know, people have asked him in the hallways, why haven't you? Oh, well, sir, go sit your ass down somewhere. How about you do your job, swear this woman in, and do your job? They've actually only worked, I believe I saw either 14 or 24 days total since July. Since July, they've only worked around 20 days, anywhere between 14 and 24 days. What the fuck are we paying these people for? They're not even doing their jobs. They're not even showing up for work. You say what?
If I may. So I often say that fear cannot be the motivator. It cannot be, right? Because fear is a drug to keep you in a position of relinquishing your power. That's what that is. But we have a country full of people who are so afraid of every damn thing. Everything. If you are going to have something, you have to fight for it. That's what it is. And it's not so much the fear of losing it, but it's the joy of what you have. So when people talk about doing X, Y, and Z, it's great, but then they stop because they're afraid to lose something. You all, like every single one of us, has to ask ourselves, what is it that we are willing to lose in order to have the joy of the version of America that we want? Now, Black person here, we've worked behind the 8 ball for a very long time, right? We have seen pluses and minuses, and so it kind of feels natural, unfortunately, right? So losing something, I have lost a great deal. So lose it again is not that big a deal for me. It's not going to break this camel's back. But there are a lot of folks who don't want to lose that status quo. That could be socially, that could be financially. You're going to have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? Because this bitch needs to burn down before we can plant new trees and grow anew. The way it's working, it's not working, clearly. Right? You got a guy. In fact, you have a whole bunch of people who get paid to not work. Wish I had that job. They've got healthcare. They have all the things and do nothing. And yet and still, the people who are currently angry will more than likely, God bless them, go back and vote for them again. So ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to lose? Because you're going to have to lose something. We have not seen the worst of this yet. It hasn't even begun to get really bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, Dr. Tachi? I think we already know your answer, but go ahead.
A, business as usual. Next question. B, it's very apropos that the gentlewoman is from Arizona. Because Phoenix, that's what needs to happen here. It needs to burn and rise from the ashes. That's exactly what needs to happen. I'm failing to understand what reasonable, sensible reason they have for not swearing her in. I'm failing to understand. There's nothing they can do to, there's no amount of explanation. I'm waiting still for a salient explanation as to why. We know why, but I want to hear you articulate why it is you're doing this. And I've not been able to hear anyone articulate this properly at all. acting out of fear is not a reason. And here's the thing, you already are running everything. You already have control of everything at this particular time. So for you not to swear here, we know it's something big. We know it's something big. You can't hide it, but you're also not explaining. You claim to be for the American people. You claim to want to uplift, but yet you're not doing things which will keep things going.
Mm-hmm.
So I need an explanation, which they probably can't form letters together to give an explanation, but I'm waiting.
They can't. I mean, it's so sad. I mean, these people have control of Congress, of the courts, of the presidency, but yet and still, they have the majority of everything what I just spoke about, but yet and still, all the ills. All the ills and the things that aren't getting done are the Democrats' fault. Make that make sense. When Democrats are in power, it's their fault. When Democrats are out of power, it's their fault. When do you take any fucking responsibility for anything that you do? You are a child.
Go ahead, Jean.
Here's my thought. I just you have people who are operating in fear, right? Because it's the whole idea of there's not a lot of us left, and we're talking like white men. I mean, you could say the Caucasian race, you could say that, because people have found love. Love comes in all shapes and sizes. These kids out here making all kinds of babies, right? We get that. The browning of America, the browning of the world, plain and simple. And so you've had this power. You've enjoyed the status quo. And God forbid if anybody ever gets in that position that they might do to you what you have done to them. Now, I'm going to say it for me as a Black person, I don't have that kind of heart. I don't have that kind of heart, because if I feel like as a Black person, if I really wanted to share and match that energy, we would have burned this bitch down some time ago. Let's just be honest. We don't have that heart. We don't have it. And so you have some people who are operating in fear. We know what he's afraid of. I mean, it's the Epstein files and everything else. I mean, everything else. We get that. But I'm trying to figure out what we have to do to get other citizens who don't look like me, who have enjoyed a lifetime full of privilege, to recognize what's actually happening here. Because I would like to, I know we got a few minutes. I want to end on that. Like, what do we have to do to our neighbors, our colleagues, our social circles to say, please tell me what you see right now in this world? Like I said, they have gone through every single playbook. Like, we've had immigrants taking jobs, and now it's like so-and-so is doing this, and now they're getting health care, and now it's like, how many other things do you have before we get to the fact of what's really happening here? This is racism, sexism, transphobia, all the phobias, all that stuff, and you guys are afraid of people coming in and just doing what you've done to everybody else. That's what I want to know. How do we get that going? How do we change this current apathetic attitude? And I appreciate marching. So if you go out and march, go march. But marching is great. But we have a government that shut down. I would just like to see people not go to the airport. Like, just don't fucking go to work. Shut that bitch down. Don't let the planes get in the air. Like, just don't go, and recognize how much power you actually have to run this. There's more of us than there is of them. I'm just, okay. I feel like I'm rambling now. So I'm going to step back.
No.
Dr. Tasha, go ahead.
To your point, I do agree that there needs to be a huge movement of people who had not typically made actions in this realm to do so. But I will go on record saying that this is not my job. That is not my ministry. I can't tell you how many things I've been a part of. For goodness sake, when I was undergrad, I was the president of the NAACP on campus. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta, where social action is our thing. I do a bloody enough. I'm not doing anything else. I can do small things like, I'm not shopping at Target. I'm not doing this. So economically, absolutely. So I think, to your point, whatever we can do in whatever small way, show, because to me, look, it's not going to be through government that things change. It's going to be economics, because that's the only language that people in this country understand. Money. So
Absolutely.
you can vote people in all you like, and I'm not saying it's not important, but that's not where the change is going to come from. It's going to change with, well, we're not shopping with you and we've got our own. That's the only way it's going to change. So also, because I've done so much and Black people have done so much, on the whole, there are individuals who don't do anything. I will admit that. But on the whole, I don't feel that it's my job to do anything. Let the people who have been sitting on the sidelines, who have been benefiting, whether knowingly or unknowingly, for once, get off your ducats and do something, because I'm not. It is not my job anymore. And we've been doing it and nobody listens. Maybe they'll listen
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's a great way and a great part to end this. But before we go, let's take care of some business. We've got some things to talk about. So if you are not already signed up for Ron's email list, please go and do so over at ronlewisphotos.com. He gives you news, service updates, industry news, monthly trends, and you want to be in the know. Who knows how long that these internet streets are going to be available to us. So make sure you sign up for the newsletter to keep in touch with Ron. Also, Ron is an event photographer, and that's how he makes his living. He will come to you to photograph your event. So reach out to him on ronlewisphotos.com for your event needs. And then also a special thank you to his Patreon members. If you're not a Patreon member, head over to patreon.com and look up Ron Lewis Photos. Sign up to get in the know, and then also to support this channel, because this does not happen for free. It takes money, and it takes supporters like you. And then lastly, if you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Go hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you get notified every time a new video goes live, or when Ron puts out new videos. Go and subscribe to the channel, people. What are you waiting on? With that being said, thank you so much, you beautiful, smart, intelligent ladies, for joining today on the show. I thank you. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for Focus Friday here on Touch Base Daily. So until I see you guys tomorrow, everyone have a great day. Goodbye.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.